How would you like to cut your hospital stay by as much as 24 hours by doing this one little bitty quick tip? Today on the Transplant Helper, I'm going to show you how, so stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome to Transplant Helper. Today, my name is Jim Merle. I want to introduce you to a new partner in crime I have here on the program. His name is Boo. Now, Boo comes all the way from California. A good friend of mine, a viewer of the program, Terry M., sent him out with a very nice note that basically said, Jim, I want Boo to be your new partner, your new transplant helper. So when I need help, Boo's here to help me, and then therefore he can help you. And on today's program, he's going to be doing just that. So Boo's going to sit right over here and let me give you the quick tip of the day. And that is basically, I can help you get out of the hospital as much as 24 hours earlier than maybe you expected. Let me show you how I can do that. I want you to look at the screen real carefully now. Look at the screen here. Look at the picture on the left versus the one on the right. And ask yourself the question, which of these two fellas looks like he deserves to be out of the hospital and not in? Look at that carefully. Make your decision. Okay, I'm going to take it down now. All right, we've got that off the screen. Thinking back to those two pictures, which one of them looked healthier? You say, well, obviously, the guy who was in street clothes, the guy who looked like he was ready to go, the guy who was shaven, whose hair was combed, you can assume teeth were brushed. Yeah, exactly. And this is a quick tip I've been using on my doctors, although they don't know about it, for several years. And that is especially when I'm in for one of those times and periods, and we're all in there like this at times for transplant patients, where you're in there and there's not a whole lot going on. They kind of brought you in for observation. They were kind of just checking things out, making sure you're okay. And by that second or third day, you're feeling fine, but you're trying to talk them into knowing that you're feeling fine enough to go home. The best way to do that, if you can, is to get up out of that bed, take off the hospital gown, put on some street clothes, comb your hair, shave your face if you're a guy, do whatever, put on some makeup if you're a gal, and when the doctor comes in that morning, it will be your last. When they walk in that morning, just show them how good you feel. Put a big smile on your face, start a conversation, carry on a conversation, laugh a little bit, and then overall, just try to look your best. And this will help you out, and I promise you it will work. As a matter of fact, as I've done this several different times, the last time I did it, I actually put it to a real test. And that is, I got up one morning, I was expecting the doctors to come around, but I knew they would come around after a certain pattern. And that is at UAB Hospital, the first thing that happens, say around 7:30ish in the morning, is what I would call a junior doctor. They call themselves fellows. A fellow comes around the room, kind of carries on a conversation, sees how you're feeling, asks a few questions, looks you over, maybe examines you a little bit, goes out of the room and says he'll be back later with your real doctor. And that's exactly what they always do. So basically, the fellow comes in this morning. I'm in the hospital gown. I'm laying in the bed, again, all scruffed up, looking rough. They look at me, and he specifically said, well, I know you're doing better. I know your blood work is clear, but I think it would be a good idea if you hung around for another day or two. Now, with that in mind, I knew what I was going to do. I immediately, as soon as the door closed, I jumped up out of bed, shaved my face, combed my hair, changed my clothes, got ready, and got in the recliner as opposed to the bed, and I was sitting there when the doctor came around. He actually came around with a fellow and several other doctors, and immediately he said, Jim, you look great. Your blood work is clear. I think I'm going to go ahead and send you home today. You see, it worked, and it works over and over again. As a matter of fact, I've even pushed the envelope a little bit before and even added to that up the ante by not only getting cleaned up, dressed up, but going out in the hallway and walking some of those laps they wanted me to walk anyway, being sure to ever so carefully and purposefully bump into the doctors while I was there. And there I was again, out of there, my ticket was punched, and I was on my way home. Now, I wanted to say as a disclaimer to this right now, if you are actually sick and there's something really going on and the doctors recommend you do not leave, I always tell people, do not leave. Go on your doctor's recommendation every time. As a matter of fact, I usually advise people, if a doctor comes in the room and says, would you like to go home today or maybe wait till tomorrow? I generally wait till tomorrow in most cases. However, this is given a case as my example where I was feeling great, blood work was clear, and I only wanted to get home and rest in my own bed. Now, if this tip has helped you out in any way, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and like this program. Share it out with your friends. Maybe it can help them. You don't have to be a transplant patient to use this ticket out of the hospital. Anybody can do it anytime. And let me go ahead and ask you one more time for that huge favor like I did the other night. If you haven't already subscribed to this program, but maybe you watch it on occasion or maybe on a regular basis, please go ahead and subscribe today. I need to reach 1,000 subscribers in the next month, and you're a part of those who are making that possible. Thank you, all of you who have watched the program and continue to watch it. I want to produce great content that hopefully can help to advocate, educate, and motivate you as a transplant patient. Until next time, stay stronger, friends.